Good afternoon.
My name is Nzao Abigail. I'm 13 years and I study at King's School, Scarborough. I have been learning at Code Camp Uganda for the past few months. At first, as I started coding, I had doubts of learning coding. I thought it would be hard and I may not learn how to code fully. But as time passed by, I became better and better, slowly by slowly. Even today, I've not yet fully learned how to code because coding takes time. During this time when I learned coding, I learned that you cannot do coding alone. You do it as a team. Not everything is done alone, and don't pressure yourself so much that I must do this alone. No one is there to help me. You have a full team of coders to help you. Your parents at home, your teachers, it's a full team. You're not alone in coding when you're learning to code. Yeah. So during this time, I didn't have many struggles as I thought I would have before. It just I learned slowly by slowly. It was easy because I had many friends to code with. I had people to ask in case I had problems with anything. And then after I would just learn. So coding is basically something fun and enjoyable and not something you have to pressure yourself into. And besides that, it takes a lot of determination because if you're not determined in what you're doing, you don't really want what you're doing. It's going to end up being hard for you. You're going to keep on having problems. You won't have that like determination. You want to really learn this. You're told do this, and then you don't want. You feel like you don't want to do this. But if you have that determination, you do everything with love. It will become easy. Everything will become enjoyable. Uh, Besides this, what inspired me into coding was that before I started learning how to code, I would like always wonder, how did this game end up on the phone? How did people even make this? How was this made? I had so many questions that you would imagine. Every question just comes to my mind, and I like go ask my dad. It's called coding, and I don't understand what coding is. But then he helped me and introduced me to coding. So I started learning at Code Camp Uganda. After learning, I started slowly by slowly. I'm now able to make some games, applications on according to how I've learned, based on where my learning experience is. So as I keep on moving, I'm going to be able making better things, not like as I started and make a game. Maybe in the next 5 years, I'm going to make maybe a application if I go straight and focus on what I'm doing. Also with coding, I learned that you have to balance both school and coding because you're not going to put all your mindset to coding. You still have school, you're not going to leave behind everything. So that you have two opportunities when you grow up. You can either choose to do, maybe you wanted to become a pilot, you can become a pilot, but if you don't have that chance, you remember you have a skill of coding, you can use that. You can teach other pupils how to code, or you can start your own coding business, make applications, games for people to play. In any way, it will still be profitable and beneficial. So, therefore, with this, I encourage that all girls that coding is possible, even for girls. I think everyone can do it and work through it and like get something out of it. It's not a must that only boys or male are the ones that have to learn how to code. It's for all genders. All genders can learn how to do anything. Yeah, so that's all that's all I could say for today. Thank you so much for your time. I'm going to now show you the projects I'm prepared for today. Thank you.
Excuse me, Abigail. Hey.
Yes.
Can you please define what coding is?
Coding is giving instructions to a computer. So basically, you want computer to either record your voice, to record sound, you want to make a game, you want to make music. So you're giving instructions to your computer so that it does as you want. So basically, the computer is done responding to the instructions. It does not have any knowledge. A computer does not have anything on it, like it has a brain or something. No, it's people who control the computer. So basically, it's you control the computer actions through coding. So that's what coding is.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so this is the presentation I had for today. It's known as a platformer. In a platformer, it's kind of the games you play, maybe Temple Run, Subway Surfers, probably know some of those. So when I start my game, you just attach the blocks together. You can attach the blocks according to what you want it to do because every block has its own instruction and that's what you want it to do. You can also use another way, which is more advanced than writing down your script. You can write down. So this I did do it. I did it with the block, but if I press this, it's going to show me how my code will look like in the script form. But for beginners, most beginners use the block method, which is easier.